Our next performer sees life through a bit of a quirky lens and really hopes to be the next Miss Maisel. Please welcome Polly.
Hi, everyone. I'm 64 years old, honest fact. I'm not ready for Alzheimer's acres yet. Not quite. I just recently retired from any other baby boomers out there? Yeah? Okay. Y'all remember that book Ram Dass wrote, Be Here Now? Yeah. Good book, right? It needs a rewrite. New version? Pee Here Now. Now, if you don't read my book, there's going to be consequences, and they are, depends. Now, if you didn't get that joke, wait 40 years. So the last bit of my career, I worked in an aerospace company. My job was to keep my boss from going to prison and help us pass the audits, which I did remarkably well. He never went to prison. Awesome. I was going to retire in January of 2018. Now, I want to make it clear, I have nothing against work as long as I'm not the one doing it. So I was going to retire in January 2018. In December, they offered me a voluntary layoff, which means they will pay me to go away. I thought about it for 7.5 seconds and said, yes, sign me up. So I got laid off. And at the farewell party, everybody's shaking your hand. Oh, it's been such a pleasure to work with you. Bullshit. We'll stay in touch. No, you won't. They're asking me, what are you going to do with all your free time? And I go, well, I'm going to play with my granddaughter, knit more, and use more illegal drugs. and they know me, right? Oh, Polly, you are so funny. Little did they know. That was exactly what I was going to do. Speaking of illegal drugs, do you know how hard it is for a mature white woman to connect with drug dealers? Like, do I look like a narc? Is it the wrinkles that are giving me away? So I did what any rational adult would do. I went to Amsterdam when you can get them legally. So my husband and I arrive in Amsterdam really late on Monday night. Tuesday morning, 10 a.m., we're out the door looking for our coffee shop, which is doublespeak in Amsterdam for the place you can legally buy pot, in case you don't know that, right? So we legally procure our gigantic joint. We borrow a lighter from someone because we haven't even planned that far ahead. And we light up. Good shit, man. A few puffs into it, we are baked. They want us to order coffee. We don't want coffee. We go out the door to wander in Old Town Amsterdam, which, if you're not familiar with it, is a maze of streets that have canals, and they all look exactly the same. I'm like, wow, honey, look at those ducks. Aren't they amazing? And the paint on that building. Wow. My husband, unfortunately, had exactly the opposite response. For some reason, he got totally obsessive with the GPS on his telephone. Honey, I think we're lost. Do you think this is working? What if we can't find our way back? Would you take a look at this? I'm like, oh, just relax. Let's just walk. 19,000 steps later, the sun is going down, and I am too. And we happened to find our hotel, which was quite handy. And I want to report happily that I slept like a stone herb. The next day we did a little more shopping for herbs, if you catch my drift. And we're going to take off the next day for Germany. We're all ready to go. And then we hear from somebody that there are sniffing dogs that get on the trains to sniff out people who are bringing marijuana from Amsterdam into Germany. They don't want it there, apparently. I don't know why not. So we're suddenly now scared. I don't want to spend the rest of my life in a German prison. I know about Dachau. They're nasty. I'm not going there. So we hear that you can buy these sniff-proof bags. So we go and procure some sniff-proof bags. And we take it back to our hotel. We open the safe where we have our herbs stored. We take out the herbs and realize that our passports are in there. They now smell very strongly of herbs. Are you catching my drift here, right? So now we have a different kind of problem that the sniff bags are not going to help. By the way, these sniff-proof bags are like Ziplocs on steroids. But we didn't even, in the end, abject terror prevailed, and we decided not to even try to take something that smelled that aromatically into Germany. So we give up on the sniff-proof bags. Now we're dealing with the passports that smell like pot. Can you put underarm deodorant on a passport? Siri, help me. In the end, we ended up with baby powder, because that's what we had. They're now generously doused in baby powder and fanned vigorously in the air. Now to get rid of this $40 bag of pot, which smells to high heaven. It's beautiful, but it's not going with us anymore. We walk out the door for our last evening in Amsterdam, and we're trying to sell this. In a country where people can buy their own legally. They don't have to buy it from a middle-aged drug dealer. After several ineffective attempts, we gave up on the selling it. We settled into a little bistro, and we said to our waiter, we have some substance here. Do you happen to be interested in maybe like in exchange for a tip? He's like, sure. I can do that. He's good with that. All right, so we give him the $40 worth of pot in a little brown bag. He brings us a $4 bread basket that we hadn't ordered. Sweet deal for him. Then again, pretty sweet deal for me. I didn't end up in a German prison. Thanks for listening.